Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Kenyan American Home. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. And thank you so much for my subscribers, my notification gang, and my premier gang for always showing up and watching my videos. So today we're going to talk about a very important topic as far as tracking your DV lottery case is concerned. So there is not a lot of information out there about, what are the different statuses? How do I track my cases? And you keep hearing about high case numbers and low case numbers, and am I gonna miss out on my visa? What is the status of my case? And all those questions, lots of questions, lots of anxieties. You get your first newsletter, your notification that tells you that you've been selected, and the expectation is that the process will go smoothly. But sometimes it doesn't go that way. Sometimes the expectation is I'm going to get selected, and then in a couple months I'm going to be on my flight to the United States of America. But that is not how, that's not how in actual sense it happens. So today I'm going to walk you through, and we'll do it with examples. I'll walk you through some of the ways that you can be able to track your case. And also, in the end, we'll talk about the visa bulletin, but also too, I'll walk you through in the end to be able to, if you want to estimate your case to see when am I gonna get my appointment, or what are my chances? What are my chances? Is my case number so high such that I will not be able to get an interview? So stick around, because that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna give you links on the description of this video, but I'm also gonna walk you through some of the different cases, different outcomes, and what are those statuses that as you go along. So please don't touch that dial, and all right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk about, first of all, the visa bulletin. If you don't know about the visa bulletin comes out every month, and it has so many different components. But because we're focusing solely on the DV lottery today, I will walk you through this, because this a lot of people say, hey, this is where you come and look at whatever visas are current, what case numbers are being processed. Is my case number, have they got into my case number? Am I going to be invited for my interview? And so this is the May 2023 visa bulletin, and it has a lot of information. And I don't want to take you through all this information, but there's a lot of things. It talks about very many different, the family sponsored visa applications, and how they're being processed in each region. There's a lot of that info. But what I really want to focus on is I want to focus on the DV lottery uh, cases. And so if you come to the visa bulletin, it'll tell you, what visas are current, what visas is that, are being processed now. And this, and I'll explain to you. So as of May 2023, which is current, Africa, if your case is 60,000 and below, if your case, your 2023 AF, if you're from Africa case, if your case is 60,000 and below, it's been given a green light. But just because it's saying, and it gives an exceptions of some countries like Algeria, Egypt, and Morocco, and those three countries had like really high selections. They had really high selections in the DV 2023, and so those ones are limited in numbers. So, but everyone else, if your case number is 60,000 or below, you ideally you've been given the green light for your case number to be processed. But that is not how it works. Just because the Kentucky Consular KCC, Kentucky Consular Center, has given the green light that these cases are, we're processing 60,000 and below. It doesn't always translate when it comes to the embassies, because the embassies are usually interviewing very differently. There's a lot of different visas that are happening too at at each consular, but they also have to fix in the DV lottery visas. And so when each embassy is ready to take on new cases, they reach out to KCC, Kentucky Consular Center, and then they tell Kentucky, we have all these slots open up. If send us this number of cases, and then the number of cases go on from Kentucky Consular Center to the various embassies around the world. And so, even though the visas currently, and no, the case numbers currently it's 60,000 and below, in actual sense, the embassies are not, they haven't gotten close to 60,000. And we'll walk through this to be able to walk look at, if you want to check and track your case. Let me walk you through how you can be able to do that, and I'll put the link. I'll put the link on the in the video. So let me make this a full screen, and I will make it bigger, a little bit bigger. That way you can be able to see. So I'm doing Control Plus, try and make sure that you see. So this is the U.S. Department of State, and this website. I'm going to put this website in the description of this video, so you can be able to go there and be able to track your cases. So let me make it extra big. And so you wanna come here to be able to check your visa status check. And the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have selected the immigrant visa. So here's where you can check all your other visas. So if you have non-immigrant visas, you can select non-immigrant visas, but we're only checking on immigrant visa. So that's the immigrant visa. And then the next thing you do is you type in your case number. All right. So let's take an example of, so the year is 2023. That's how it begins. And then you want to put AF for Africa. And I'll be focusing on Africa in this instance. So it's AF, and then let us look at case number 5. Let us look at case number 5, and then what we're going to do is we're going to change the code to match that. So we'll put CBSC, all right, and then I'll hit submit. And if I hit submit, it brings me the status of the case. And this case is case number 5. So this case number is really low, number 5. So you should expect by now we are in May, and the visa deadline is September 30th. So it's in 4.5 months. Case number 5 should be processed. So why is it's not even ready for an interview? It's at the NVC. That means it's waiting. What is happening is it's waiting for the embassy to reach out to the Kentucky Consular Center to let them know, at the NVC, National Visa Center, to be able to let them know that, they're ready. So we're ready. So whenever the embassy is ready for case number 5, the embassy will let the Kentucky Consular Center know, and then that case will be taken then from at NVC to, it's gonna go to, it's gonna be in transit, and then from transit it's gonna be ready. And then when it's ready, that's when you get your second newsletter, which is which they call the 2NL. So What happened in this case, and this is why it's really important, and I want everybody to be able to listen to me when it comes to this, is, and talking about really the importance of submitting your DS to 60. It is so important to submit your DS to 60 on time. Make sure that you do it as soon as you can, because in this case, case number uh, case number 5, I believe what happened is this person did not submit their DS to 60 early enough. And so what happened is, now their case is, it's now their case is late. Is late just because they delayed in submitting their DS to 60. So make sure you fill your DS to 60 as soon as you can. As soon as you can. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna kind of walk you through tracking some of the cases, and we'll do it. We'll every status will do about 2 or 3 cases. So that's case number 5, and I'm predominantly focusing on Africa. And then let's take another case. Let's take a case like 61,000. Uh, no, let's do 55,657. 55, 657. And we have to make sure that we change the code. C8, to be, all right. And we pull that case. So what that means is it's at NVC. It's waiting for the embassy to be ready for the case to be transferred to the embassy for the interview to be ready. And so in this case, it's still pending. It's still pending. The DS260 has been submitted, and it's waiting. It's waiting whenever it's ready. So that's the status NVC. That's the status NVC. I mean, I don't think we need to. I need to do more examples of NVC, because a lot of cases are really, a lot of cases are here. The majority of the cases are at NVC. That means they're waiting for the embassy to be ready for them to take up the interviews. The next status I'm going to talk about is, I'm going to talk about transfers. I'm going to talk about transfers, and I'm going to put in a case. So I've done my homework and made it easier for you. I'm not gonna do a try and error with you. I went ahead and did my homework before I started to roll this video, and selected a bunch of cases to give you the different statuses. So if we put in that case, it brings us transfer in progress. So transfer in progress, what happens? What happens in transfer in progress? So it's you look at the case number. It's AF 13989. 13,989 is the number of the case, and you can tell. So this is Nairobi, Kenya, and this Nairobi, Kenya case has been transferred to Riyadh, to Sydney. SYD is Sydney. Yeah. So this is a Kenyan. Uh, just by I and we're just making assumption. We're making assumptions. So this is NRB. So this is an Africa case, AF, because it has a AF acronyms in it. And NRB was where the case originated. So what I can deduce from this is that this is a Kenyan citizen who, this is a Kenyan national. It's they base it's counting AF. It's counting for Africa. So this is a Kenyan case, and this is a Kenyan living in Sydney, Australia. What happened is they transferred their case from Nairobi to Sydney. So they probably moved since they submitted their maybe submitted their DS to 60, and they wanna be able to do their interview in Sydney. And so, and you can see like the different statuses. It's been transferred, and it's ready for an interview. It's ready for an interview in Sydney. But this is a transfer. It's a transfer in progress. Once the transfer completes, then the person will be able to do their interview in Sydney. In Sydney, we can look at another case of transfer. So 3471, 3471. Make sure we take off the one and 4K. And again, I'll put I'll put the link. I'll put the link on the video, on the description of the video. That way you can get it. And then so the case number is 3471. And if we move up, we can see that this is an African case, 34,071. And this person is, FTN, that's Freetown. That's Freetown, Sierra Leone. Freetown, Sierra Leone. Freetown, Sierra Leone. It was created on the 8th of November. It was last updated on the 10th of May. And this is being transferred from Freetown, Sierra Leone to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So this person wants to be able to do their interview in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. All right. So that is, that's the transfer. So the first status was at NVC. After you complete your DS260, your case goes to, to the NVC, National Visa Center. And then from the National Visa Center, your case is transferred. Once the embassy is ready for the interview, it becomes in transit. And so we're going to look at cases where this these cases have come from NVC, at NVC, and they're ready to be, they're in transit. So the embassy has requested these cases to be able to, conduct interviews. So let's look at one such case. This is EEJDR, EEJDR, and do enter. Let's go up. Yeah, so this case is in transit. This case is in transit, and it should be ready. It should be ready for an interview soon. Ready for an interview soon. So in transit is really the second phase of cases. We'll do another one just so that you have examples. I'm trying to give you examples that you can use. 13,592. Not a lot of them. I didn't find a lot of in transit when I was trying to find these cases so that I can. And this is DV 2023, so you can tell that just by the year of the case number, the year of the case number. All right, do that. And crossing my fingers, hopefully my numbers work. Yep. So this case, 13,592 is in transit, and soon it'll be ready. It'll be ready for an interview. All right. So then after transfer, then what happens is the cases are ready for the interview. Ready for the interview. So let's look at which 2023 DV 2023 cases are ready for ready for interviews. So we'll do 24295 H H5 H58 and okay. All right. Okay. Hopefully we'll get that number. And yeah, so this case is ready for the interview. So this person has already, this person has already received their 2NL, which is a second notification letter. The first notification letter was the letter that you got when the embassy told you, when the embassy told you that you've been selected. That's the first NL. And then the 2NL is when the embassy tells you that, that your case is ready, and they'll so it says your case is ready for your interview when scheduled at the U.S. consular section. If you have already scheduled an appointment for an interview, please prepare your documents as directed in your appointment letter and appear at the consulate on the appointed date and time. Otherwise, please wait until you've been notified of your interview appointment. Okay, so this case is ready and it's in Doha, Qatar. Interesting why I chose this case is so you can see this case is Africa, AF, but it's in Doha. And what happens is, and this is why I've told my people that you do not necessarily have to go back to your home country to be able to do your visa interview for your DV, your DV visa interview. You can actually do your visa interview in the country that you are in currently. And so this person is this person is African because their numbers are counting for Africa, as referenced by their AF number, but they're doing their interview in Doha, Qatar, which is in the Gulf. And let's look at another case. Let's look at another case. Let's look at another case that is okay. So that was two. These are cases that are ready. So 7 9 9 5. I was gonna ask, how did you get the numbers? I just just did a random matrix, and I was able to get the numbers. I don't know any of these people, and it's just the information is variable. So yeah, so this case number 17,095 is is ready is ready for the interview. This is I don't know how they say it in Benin, but the country is Benin, and the embassy is it Cotonou? Maybe someone from Benin can correct me. Cotonou. I don't know. Yeah, but it's in Benin. It's in Benin. I know the consular is in Benin. Benin Cot is the abbreviation. Cot is the abbreviation. Let's look at another one. 28088. And again, I will give you the link that you can be able so that you can be able to check this for yourself. I just, sometimes you don't have enough examples to give, but I came up with other examples so that I can give you all the case statuses that we have. Is this our first failure? Oh, yeah. The reason why is because I forgot to take out the one. Yeah, let's see why. Okay, it works. It's just a typo. It's a typo. All right. And this case is also ready. This case is ready for the interview. And this case is in Algeria. Algeria was, I believe, number 2 or number 3 of the most when it came to the number of people selected for the DV 2023 in Africa. So yeah, that was here. Let me go see if I can get the numbers. If I can get the numbers of countries in Africa that had the most selections. I feel like most of the countries are in that got the most selections. So Egypt was number 1 with 5,529 people selected. And then Algeria was number 2 at 5,526. And Morocco was no, Sudan was number 3 with 4,863 people, and then Morocco was 4th with 4,469 people, and then the Democratic Republic of Congo. So that's the status ready. And this is, I have a video that talks through the processes, and I interviewed DV 2022 winner who is in the US on the processes after you get your 2NL. So when your case is ready, they'll send you your second notification telling you that of your interview. So you get your doc, you get your 2NL, you get your documents in order. You have to schedule for a medical examination. Make sure you pass that. Make sure you schedule that ahead of time. So you've done your medical. You get to the embassy, pay for your your $330 DV lottery fee, uh, and then you do your interview. And after you do your interview, there could be a number of outcomes. And this is where I'm going to walk you through what are some of the outcomes that can happen. One of the outcomes that can happen is you can be outrightly denied. Your visa can be denied just because you know they find inconsistencies with the way you feel that you did your entry, you did the lottery entry, the information that you presented. Maybe you said you had graduated high school, but you actually did not graduate high school. Then you are disqualified. And or maybe you were married, but you filled in the DV, in the application that you were single. And in that case, it's that becomes an outright disqualification because you lied in your application. If you said you're single but you're actually married, uh, and they come to find out, then what could happen is you could get refused. And this is an outright refusal. This is an outright refusal. I'll talk about another refusal that could happen. So this is a case in Accra where this person was refused. 11,591 was refused. Okay, let's look at another case of a refusal. 13,229. It's a random. I don't know any of these people. I don't have their information. This information is available. Okay. Again, I did the cardinal error of not taking out the one. All right. This is another outright refusal. This is in Freetown, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone. So, all right. So that person was refused. And then let's look at another refusal. Coming to your visa was you were denied. You were denied. Again, keep forgetting to take out the one. Oh, this is the first number we've gotten so far. All right. So the embassy is in Kigali, Rwanda. In Kigali, Rwanda, it's a refusal, 2755. That could be another outcome. And I'm a little biased because you know, I'm I'm from Nairobi, Kenya, and so find a way to squeeze in a Nairobi case number. Nairobi case number and TX EN 95. The refusal in Nairobi, Kenya. In Nairobi, Kenya. So that could be one unfortunate outcome of you know uh, the DV lottery case, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. The DV lottery is one of the easiest ways that you can get to the US, and so it's unfortunate when that happens and somebody is actually denied because of uh, maybe the person that he was helping you fill out their DS to 60 didn't fill out the correct information. And so that's why the embassy too, the travel.state, they encourage you to fill the application for yourself. So don't let other people fill it for you. And because what could happen is they could fill out wrong information that would end up getting your case tossed. So let's look at another refusal that you can get. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of this. I cannot see the number. This is so if you ever cannot see the numbers, you can always do that. Hit the uh, refresh, and it'll give you new numbers that you can easily read. So if you've never done that, you can do that. I did not. Did not. Did not let me type for UX. Oh no, I don't know what's happening. Is my computer freezing? Okay, came through. All right, so this is a case in Nairobi, 6,282. It was refused, but this one, they were given a yellow, yellow sheet. What happens is, this is called a 221G. 221G means that there is information that is still needed that you did not have when you went for your interview. So in that case, maybe you went to the interview without a host, and so because you did that, they put you on, they put you on uh, administrative processing, and so this has been refused, and you still haven't taken the necessary steps to be able to, get out of the administrative processing. So that person needs to provide something, whether maybe you went to the embassy without, your documents, or you did not certify your high school certificate. Those are some of the things, or you were missing some documents. Those are some of the things that can be can cause you to be put on administrative processing. So yeah, especially a host, because you need to have an affidavit of support, and you also need to, you need to have a copy of their 1040, or W-2 or IRS transcript, but also proof of their residence. This is another case of a refusal with a 221G. You can tell that they all look like they are refused, but this is, it's because it's been refused, but there could be ways to cure the refusal as long as you provide what is requested by, by the embassy. And sometimes it's incomplete DS-260s. So be very careful, make sure you complete your DS-260 uh, fully, so that you don't delay your process. You don't delay your process. This is Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo DRC, Kinshasa. Kinshasa, is it Kinshasa or Kinshasa? Kinshasa, Kinshasa. Tongue twister. That's a tongue twister. All right, let's. There should be a lot of, there should be a lot of cases, because I told you, Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, North Africa was really loved this last DV 2023. They got a lot of selectees in in the DV 2023. So is this going to be one of those countries? Yes. So finally, we have a North African country. So case 2024, Casablanca, Morocco. Casablanca, Morocco. Yeah, this person is in administrative processing. Administrative processing. Let's do one more administrative processing. One more administrative processing. It is. Let's do a different country. We done. Have we done West Africa? I think we've done. We've done Sierra Leone. We've done Sierra Leone in West Africa. Uh oh. Uh oh. Sierra Leone. Oh yeah. We have West Africa. Dakar. Dakar, Senegal. Yep. Dakar, Senegal. So this is administrative processing case 21,269 AF. Remember the AF signs, AF here represent the region. So, if it's AS, it's Asia. If it's EU, it's Europe. But I'm really mostly focusing on Africa. Okay, so that's the two kinds of refusals that you can get. So what happens is, if your refusal is under the 221G, if you're able to cure whatever put you in administrative processing, then you put on another status. You put on another status. So this means that it's on the way to being cleared. It means that you've provided what was asked, and it's just a matter of time before your case is updated and you can hopefully get your visa to come to the United States of America. So administrative processing. So instance, your visa case is currently undergoing necessary administrative processing. This processing can take several weeks. Please follow the instructions. Um, yeah. One important thing that actually they say there is under the U.S. Immigration and National Act, immigrant visas for diversity visas cannot be issued after September 30th of the year in which you were selected to apply for a diversity visa. For example, entrance into the diversity visa program in fall of 2011 was selected for the DV 2012 program, and selectees must apply and receive their visas prior to September 30th, 2012. So, whatever the case, if it's worse if you put in administrative processing, what they call AP, when it's super close to September 30th, because you need to have gotten your visa by September 30th. So if September 30th hits, and October 1st, you're still in AP, what happens is unfortunately, you lose that opportunity to, to come to the US with your diversity visa. So very important, complete your DS to 60 properly. Complete your DS to 60 properly so that you can avoid some of some of the loopholes, some of those things that can come up, some of those things that can come up. So yeah, make sure you have everything, you certify everything that needs to be certified, and your medical is another thing. Like if you get tested and you have TB, and let's say it's in the middle of August, unfortunately, there's no way you can be able to complete 8 weeks of TB medications. So what happens is you lose the opportunity to get your visa because the treatment will go farther than September 30th. Yep. This is another AP, administrative processing, in Algiers, Algeria. Oh, so yeah, now the North African numbers are coming up. African numbers are coming up. Algeria. Let's look at this one. This one is interesting. 31 924. This is 85 CKW. 85 CKW. Why is this That's interesting. So this is administrative processing, but this is the other thing. So this is someone who is African, because their numbers are counting for Africa. The nationality is African, but they actually live in Paris. Is it Paris, France? So this person is in Europe, is in France, but they are African. They are African, and they are in administrative processing. In administrative processing. Ah, what about another East African country? Another East African country. Right. Yeah. How many of you can guess which can you guess which case number this is for? Which country? Can you guess? One, two, three, go. Did you guess ADD? ADD for Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Addis. Addis. Administrative processing. All right. So then the status that everybody is looking for, the status that everyone is hoping for, is this last one. And this, let's look at the statuses of this is a good news. This is what everybody is looking for, is to get the status. For you to go to the embassy, you have your information correct and everything is good. And they look at your application and they say, welcome to the United States of America. America. And you get your visa issued. This is the last status, the best status that you want to get. The best possible scenario that you can have is to get issued with a visa. And this person, 27,526, is in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, Burkina Bay. This person was issued with their visa to the US on, DV 2023. DV 2023. Let's look at some more good news. This is it. This is where we want to be. Is we want to get issued. We want to get our, we want to get our DV lottery issued. This is a dream. This is the American dream. This is you get the opportunity to come to this, to the land of milk and honey. And I'm not typing, or something is happening to the computer that it's not letting me type. It's being slow, a little bit slow. All right. Okay. All right. Where is this other good news from? This good news is from Yaoundé, Cameroon. Yaoundé, Cameroon. This case number 27249. They got their visa to come to the United States of America. America. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. In Swahili, they say Karibu. Karibu. Karibu America. Karibu America. Karibu America. Hakuna Matata. All right. And let's look at this. Whoa. Has this one refused? 39,288. Did I put in the wrong? I probably put in the wrong chord. I am slowing down. It's late in the night and slowing down a little bit. Oh, yeah, we do. And where's the good news from? This one is from Kigali, Rwanda. Rwanda, 39,288 got their visa. And then, you know, there's a part of Africa we really haven't touched. There's a part of Africa we haven't touched, and it would be good to touch this part of Africa. And can you guys guess which part of which country this is? Which country this is? Can you guess which country this one is? It is boom, drum roll. Johannesburg, South Africa. It's number 35, 946, Johannesburg. Got their visa issued, and there's also, let's get close to there. Let's get close to there. Let's get close to there. Country that is close to my country, Kenya, and it's farther away from North Africa. Can you guys guess which country this is? This is the country of Drum roll, can you guess? This is a country of Zambia. Lusaka, Zambia. Case number 40,034. So you did I don't know if you noticed some of the case numbers are really high, uh, and some of the case numbers are also low. So depends on whatever embassy, depends on whatever embassy is interviewing those people. And so, a country like Kenya could be, backlogged compared to like a country like Tanzania or maybe even Zambia. And so that's why you see higher case numbers are being processed in one country versus another country. And that's really depending on the embassy and how much the embassy they're able to take. So that's all about looking at cases, the different case statuses that you can have when it comes to the DV lottery. I hope that was educative, and it can it gives you an idea of what to come, what to expect when you see this statuses, what they mean, and and if you want to keep checking. If you uh, make sure you fill out your DS260 as soon as possible, because you don't want to fall into the trap of you have a really low case number, but you miss out on the interview because you did not fill it out early. You did not fill it out early. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is, and I want to talk about this site. And this site is it's a really good site because it gives the datas by here. Let me try and make it bigger. Control plus, make it bigger, a little bit bigger. There. All right. So this does it by year. It does it by year. Let me see if we can. Yeah. Okay. So we can even do that. It does it by year. So it gives you like the DV 2023 visas and what the status is at. Like, you look at Africa, the region Africa, there's Asia, there's EU, there's Oceania, there's South America. And so like you look at Africa, Africa has issued 9,848 visas. So that's the number of people. And then the cases that have been processed in Africa are 5,619 up to today. This is I think this is as of 513. We still have about four and a half months to September 30th. So, about 213, about 118 cases are in administrative processing. About 1,124 cases are in, 221G administrative processing, and about 552 cases, 1,183 people have been refused. So what happens is, like, if you look at that column and you see, and we're looking Africa refused, you have 552 cases. But then, each case has maybe, it's a family that was selected. There's like a husband and kids. So that's why, the case number is small, but the number of people is big, just because sometimes it could be two or more people that are in each case. There's 6,447 cases that are ready. No, people that should be, have been issued 2NLs. This is 3,276 cases that 2NLs have gone out to say that their interviews are ready. And then there's a transit, which is the status between NVC with no action to ready. So 158 cases are in transit. For a total of 19,925 people that have been processed, and that's 10,847 cases that have been processed so far for Africa. And then the other numbers are there for a total of you know 53,949. But you can, so that's the limit. The limit is 55,000, but that 55,000 number, actually, so the number that you're looking at is 28,000. So there's been 28,654 visas issued. So that is, and there's about 55,000. There's about 55,000 to go. So that's, a little bit more than half. Just, it's about half, about half the number, 28 times 2 is 56. So yeah, about half the number have been processed. And so yeah, if you're still waiting, there's still 4.5 months to go. 4.5 months to go. So this site, and I'll share the link. They talk about the embassies, and and how they process some of this stuff, and each embassy is different. They talk about each month what Africa did. So, like, each month, how many 2NLs, which is the ready for interviews, were given. Like, in January 1st, 2023, 63 for Africa, 67 for Asia, 15 for Europe, and then it looks like January had the highest. The 1st of January had the highest number of 2NLs that were issued. So this is the one that is really important here. This is really important. So if you want to know, as far as how many cases, are ahead of you, how many cases are after you, but also the number of people and the number of visas, this is a good way to look. Uh, so we looked, one of the people that we found that had a really low case number that is still at NVC is case number 5 in Africa. If we check that, you can see that there are 2 cases before the AF5. And this guy should have been completed, but this guy did not fill out the whatever, or maybe a guy or a lady, they did not fill out the DS60 in time. And so that's why, even as of right now, they're still, there's 2 cases ahead of him. But as long as this guy has his information correctly, he'll still get his opportunity to get, to go for his interview. So there's 2 cases before him, and there's 29,332 cases after him, and so which is about 3 people. So that's 3 people, 2 cases. So that means one of the cases, maybe there's a married couple, or maybe a single mom and one kid. And yeah, and after him there is 49,000 114 people. This is before that they get to that limit. All right, let's look at another number. Let's look at a really high number. So we saw the visa bulletin talk about 60,000 as the cutoff for May. Let's look at 55,657. All right, for Africa. So this case number there's about 27,128. If that's your case number, there's about 27,128 cases before you, and 2,206 cases after you. So there is, approximately 45,424 people who are, who are ahead of you, and 39,000, no, 3,694 who are, after you. So that what that means is by the time they get to 55,657, you still have a good chance of, being among the 55,000. So that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying is, you're still 55,000. You're still in good. You're still in good condition in the next 4.5 months. 4.5 months. That's the idea, you put in your case number in here, and it kind of gives you an idea on. Let's do one of the cases that is still pending. Let's do 63,243. This might be the number that is the deadline in. Let's see, in June. Let's see, because I think in they usually tell you in. They usually tell you. I'm looking at the visa bulletin. You might not be seeing me perusing the visa bulletin, but I'm going down to June. See, because when they give you 1 month, like the May visa bulletin, they kind of give you for the next month. So the next month is 63,500 is the visa cutoff. Visa cut off. Okay, so 63,243. What they're saying is there are 29,271 cases before you, and 63 cases after you. The estimate as of right now. So that means there's approximately 49,000 people ahead of you and 100 people after you. So 63,243, there's still a good chance that you fall among the 55,000 people. Fall among the 55,000 people. So that's about it that I wanted to talk about. That's hopefully this is good information, and it can help you, kind of know where you stand, and you know yeah, that was, it seemed like a long video, but I think it was a very good informative video, and I hope it's helpful to someone out there, and good luck, whether you win DV, whether you're waiting for DV 2024, or you're still in DV 2023. Hopefully this information will kind of help you uh get ready, and stay up to date with everything. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching my video up to now. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And I'll keep giving you great content. Keep giving you great content. Otherwise, thank you, and I hope you stay blessed and you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, thank you so much. God bless you guys. All right.